Hey, feels good from head to toe. Here we go. Good evening, y'all. We had to start off with a vibe. We had to start off with a vibe. Yo, it's feel like it's been forever because the last time I was on YouTube was last Monday for episode 3. I took our Thursday night off, had my birthday over the weekend. And now to come back from a whole week, I feel like a crazy person. Well, welcome back. We are having yet another dissection. I see y'all in the room. I was to say, wait a minute, where my chat at? Where are the comments at? It was going crazy for a second. Where the comments at? There we go. Make sure we tuned in. Make sure we all good. I see y'all in the chat. What's up? What's up? Thank you for throwing the hearts in. Celebrated a birthday over the weekend. Got just a little lit. I'm getting too old for the trash. Like to be like wasted. I'm getting too old for that. So we just got a little lit. It was very calm. All bars closed by 11. You know what, bitch, love to be home early. Okay, it was very nice. Now I have 2 new bottles of tequila and 1 bottle of Moet Rosé, and I still got some drinking to do, y'all. I still got some drinking to do. So make sure you join me for Boozy Brunch Sunday, where I will be having one of my drinks with my patrons on an exclusive stream, patreon.com/JustLatasha. $5 join and get the extra exclusive stream on Sundays. Look, a lot of y'all came to my Patreon and robbed me. A lot of y'all came to my Patreon and robbed the kid, robbed your girl. Y'all came for them 2 dissections. Y'all said, I'm out, delete. Well, look, it's all good. I'm going to be offering so much more content on Patreon. So if you deleted that Patreon by now because you got them 2 episodes, you're going to be missing out on so much more. Make sure you're a patron. I see a ton of my patrons in the room, as always, my beautiful, beautiful people. Hello. Follow me on social media if you're not doing that as of yet. Instagram on JustLatasha, Twitter, JustLatasha404. I just announced that we are going into production for my sketch comedy series, Interactions. If you're not following that show page, please do on Instagram and Twitter at Interactions, INNR Actions. We are opening our casting. If you are in or located near around the New York City area, I encourage you to cast, audition, send in your video reels. Go to my Twitter, JustLatasha404, to see the audition link. I want Black, talented, comedic actors up in my show. If that's you, if you feel like that's you and you want to be a part of my, the web series that's going on, it's going to be funny as hell. It's going to be so innovative. It's going to be fire. If you want to be a part of that, please apply. I encourage you to apply and follow the social media pages of my sketch series, JustLatasha's Interactions. I'm so excited, y'all. Like, I was down for like a month, but you got to get back into your zhuzh. You got to get back into flow, right? We don't force, we flow. I see so many of y'all in the chat. Oh, it's so good to see you. It's so good to see you. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Okay, here we go. Episode 4, Dissection, HBO's LoveCraft Country, written, directed by Misha Green, executive produced by J.J. Abrams, and the man I stand, Jordan Peele. The history of violence. Y'all did not remind me or say nothing at all about the fact that we totally did not talk about Teak trying to shoot Christine in the face last week. How did we forget that? How did we forget that? He rolled up in that realty shop, he put the blinds down, gun drawn. It was going to blast that white woman in the face when I said I want a man. Too much? Shoot. Niggas don't shoot these days. God dang, right? Shoot her in the face. She's bothering us. Just do it. God, how did we miss that, y'all? Well, we don't want to miss nothing else. For the second time, I do try to get this done in an hour. I like to be real tight about that, in an hour. So we do skip over some parts, like we will do tonight for sure. There's so much to talk about, so I wanted to take the juiciest parts and do it. But let's get into it. Let's just go ahead and get into it. I see y'all going off. Paris said, she said, you just can't kill a white woman. Look. Worley said, I thought we were just skipping it. Fair. And that's fair. That's absolutely fair. That's absolutely fair. Montrose, 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 like whoa, like go, like ho, like whoa. Okay. Opening on this beautiful, warm yellow shot over this man, listening to a radio broadcast about the Reds during the Cold War, right? The US versus the Soviet Union. And even the radio broadcast says, look, if we don't get these nuclear weapons to eradicate the barbaric Soviet Union, they was talking about other whites, they will wipe out the civilized America. And we hear this kind of message while overlaying the vision of Montrose. Montrose. I actually don't know how to enunciate his name. Montrose. And you can think about how the US is looking at non-Americans as these savages, and America, USA, number one, they're civilized. We're looking at a Black man during the height of civil rights in the South, right? He could easily be seen as a savage. And as the title shows us, as we're looking at the theme of today, the history of violence, he is spiraling mentally, losing control, thinking about the historic violence that has touched him in his life, starting from his father beating him down to the bus station. What does a Black man do with all that? What does a Black man do with all that pain? Heavenly, you better stop. Heavenly says she manifesting a teak in her. Oh, a teak. I thought you said teak, because teak is mine. The teak at Tikas is mine. Mine. All right. There was these cute Black girls on Twitter. I don't know if y'all seen, they made a whole sketch about how who that boy from Star Wars, the real good one from Star Wars, his name is slipping me. They made a whole sketch comedy on Zoom about how that boy is theirs. It was so funny. It was so cute. So George, in the epitome of his drunkenness, in his anger, in his grief, he takes the book, the ancient dawn, the ancient bylaws of ancient dawn, the ancient dawn of bylaws, the bylaws of the son of Adam that George gave him to protect Teak, burns it right on up, right? Burns it right on up. Adam named, Eve fucked, God brought forth the monsters, monsters devoured, God smites Eve. And as these pages burned, he says, what? Smells like Tulsa. A lot of I see reviewers and critiquers relating this back to Watchmen. I don't know if it's related to Watchmen exactly. I mean, it could be, but I mean, Black folks fucking suffered in Tulsa. Like, why wouldn't those align if they were, about the same time frame in Black America? Again, leaning into the theme of the history of violence, Black people have been fighting for their way to survive in this country since they stepped that first toe off the boat. Now, look, George gave him this book, the Book of Bylaws, as protection. But Montrose doesn't see having it as protection. In fact, he sees destroying it as protection. So we got to know right here, who right? Who is right? John Boyega. Thank you, Sarai. I don't know why that man's name slipped from my mouth, but let me tell you something. Actually, let me not tell you something. We got to move on because we don't have the time nor the space for that kind of nastiness. Let's not. Oh, the magic showed up, didn't it? Didn't the magic show up? And it was from when we see Christina get out of her Rolls Royce down to the hood, south side of Chicago, and they had that black spray painted across the sidewalk. That is from an actual historic image. And I love being on Twitter because so many people are so good at spotting this type of stuff and always want to give credit. But we got down to the magic from what that lady did, cut that goat's throat down into the porch, created an entire this boundary, this magical boundary, and Christina can't get in. Yeah, Christina said, face what? That face was cracked. She sure did. Christina could not get in that house, Lord. I fell out. I fell out. And then she tries to bond with lady talking about don't let the men fool you. Ma'am, no one needs white feminism over here. You're the enemy, baby. The men, nigga, it's you. Like, what the hell? Like, why are you at my door? And this is why she's at her door, because she's looking for this thing right on here, the orrery, which Hippolyta just up and stole. Hippolyta just stole, right? She has it back at George's bookstore. She's trying to figure out how to operate it. Her friend says it needs a key. It ain't broke. It ain't got the piece that makes it work. And she's so enamored with this piece because the galaxy has 2 suns. Shout out to Virgo. Got the Virgo cluster. She was on the phone with her daddy. He said, that's the Virgo cluster, baby. And this is the same galaxy that Diana was drawing. Now, here's where we start our hypotheses of the night. Because I like to put things together, right? I really like to put things together, okay? Like we said in the premiere, like we said in episode 1 dissection, these visions, these monsters, Teak dreamed it in episode 1. We saw Diana start drawing them in episode 1. These monsters are real, but they're not yet physically manifested, not physically materialized on Earth yet. They start to communicate and view through the human subconscious, in their dreams, in their sleep, through their imagination, right? So we talk about this orrery and the fact that Diana has never even seen it, but she's already been drawing it. That means something is coming, right? Something is absolutely coming. So we're gonna wait for that. Let me ask y'all something. Okay, BBR Faf says Hippolyta didn't steal the orrery. Letty gave it to her as a gift in the book. It's a super big deal that Misha Green changed so much from the book to this TV show. Like George isn't even supposed to be dead. Like so much of this TV show is not from like word for word from the book. So in the show, she absolutely took it because Letty was still looking for it in her house, but she couldn't find it. Sarai says there was a book in the first frame about time before panning to Hippolyta, was talking to her dad. I'm sure she'll be the first to time travel. I like that. So this is Bobo. This is the boy that we said was not related, but was supposed to be representative of Emmett Till, a very real boy who was murdered by white racists. And did he not go to the South because the Ouija board told him you're going to have a bad time, which is where the real Emmett Till died? But this character, Bobo, did he not go to his trip? Are we waiting for him to go to that trip? I'm wondering why he's in red. What do y'all think? Pinky apples. They took my boy George. No, indie girl, George is not supposed to be dead, and he sure died. Episode 2. George is not supposed to be dead according to the book. I'm just wondering why. Like, do you think this show is gonna like reimagine like saving Emmett Till? Like, why is he still here? I'm just wondering. I could be wrong. I'm just wondering. A Barty says maybe he didn't go yet. Okay, morally gracious. I thought it hadn't happened yet. Janelle says Bubba was Emmett Till's nickname. Good info. Thank you. I did not know that. Like maybe it's like a salvation for the story. I don't know. Oh no. Okay. Vier Violet says, I think we're waiting. Episode 8 is called Jigabobo. All right, I'm going to end it there. Dang, we're really going to get our hearts broke, huh? Dang, I'm sad now. I'm scared. I don't want to see Bobo go. Oh my God, my heart is already broken. I don't want to see this baby go. Let's move on. Let's go. Let's move on. I can't. Fun fact, another one that I got from Twitter. The photo found down to the library was W.E.B. Du Bois, right? Who, the black nerd, the blurred girl says he wrote one of the earliest Afrofuturist short stories called The Common. Famed Black history writer. Look, y'all all don't want to see Emmett. I know, I know, I can't. I can't. So let's get into our director's eye. Whenever you see a checkered floor, and this comes from Masonic imagery. Whenever you see a checkered floor, this is supposed to be representative of a split of identity or a split of personality. And you can see Letty and Tick are so supercharged in this moment, right? They're so angry. Let me tell you something about anger, and I think we said this our last dissection. Anger is a surface level emotion. That is not where you really at. More so than not, that's not where you really at, right? And so what they're really doing is avoiding attending their true feelings for each other. Letty wants to be there for Tick, but he's not letting her in. He's like, go home. And he's saying that because he wants to keep her safe. What do they both mean? I love you. Oh, they so mad. I like it. They so mad, y'all. Because they don't even know. And at this point, they maybe don't even know that they love each other yet, but it's just like, I want to be there for you. I don't want you here or else you're going to get hurt. Stop. Because I love you. We learn here that Christina has the power of invulnerability. She cannot be killed, and that she may have used Tick's body to kill her father. She knew that whole plan was going to fall out. She knew it was going to fall out because Daddy was in the way, out there trying to be Adam, all right? Down there smiting Eve, all right? We also learned here that there are 2 remaining deciphered pages from the Book of Names. And one of the keys to, both of the pages are the key to mastering the magic of the sons of Adam. One set of pages is with Hiram and the orrery, which was in Letty's house. It would have been nice and easy if Christina could have just gotten there and it was still there, but it ain't there no more. And the other is found in Titus's vault. We got to put them 2 pages together. And Teak wants to learn the language of Adam. He wants these pages to learn the language of Adam so he can protect Letty and his dad and the town. And we already lost Uncle George, y'all. Man, I miss my Uncle George, y'all. Right? Whew. So let's talk about color. Because there are no mistakes. Ain't no mistakes. Let's talk about color. And I was like, they leaning into it. Look, even me by accident today. Look at me. LoveCraft up. Looking like Letty. I'm serving Letty today, y'all. I didn't even plan that. I'm definitely serving Letty today. What can we decipher from this color theme? What do you think the story here is? Who is in danger? Who is the danger? What do we think is happening with this color scheme? What's being communicated? Mara Cherie says, I miss him so much, Miss George. Paris said, little homie in the library was fed up. He's reading Journey to the Center of the Earth, which Tick references later. Absolutely. That little boy was so cute. Tell him to be quiet. Y'all down here screaming like banshees. They all wearing red. We got Christina in red. We have Bobo in red. And we have Tick in red. We have Letty in blue and Dora in blue. Shannon Doe says, Christina's hat is giving me Black Widow with a black and red and web-like hat. Because we did see that spider in Letty's house, didn't we? And we still didn't get no answers on what that spider meant or was doing that. Lana says, dawn versus night. I don't know, y'all. I'm just trying to figure out who's at war, who's in danger. I estimate ultimately, right, Christina and Tick are going to go to war. Like, Christina, like, it's going to happen. I believe Bobo's in danger if we all agree that he hasn't taken that trip south yet. He's gearing up for it. We know he has to go. But Letty and Dora, it's like, these are like the unexpected heroes almost, maybe like the sidekick. Because I'm imagining Hippolyta, she wants to get on the road. She wants to find the truth. She wants to get active and be about this green book and find the answers to George. And Dora, with all these images in her head, not knowing the significance of why she's seeing these things yet, Imagine them two ladies get together. Dora could be I keep calling her Dora. Diana keeps to be like the unexpected hero. Teak is gonna be the danger and the protector. Letty is like this unexpected hero. Sarai says Montrose is also wearing blue. Yes, Paris. Dee's name is Diana, and for some reason in my head it's still stuck as Dora. I don't know why. There's a story here, y'all. So let's just hold this in our head. Let's remember how everyone's like reflecting opposites of each other. We don't know what it is yet, right? We don't know what it is, but this is telling a story. So I just want us to be aware of the optics, the visuals that are already telling us a story. Even though we don't have the words yet, something's here. And I wanted to make sure y'all saw that. I wanted to make sure we on the same page about that, right? So here we go. Look, Tig didn't want to include his father. But anything you think you're discovering, your daddy already knows. He done read these books already. He's already done with it. He's at home having a drink, right? Come on, legacy. And you can see his name in these books, aka the book of names. They be really on the nose with it sometimes, y'all. It's the book of names. They be on the nose with it, y'all. And I'm seeing so many parallels between the Braithwaites and the Freemans. I'm seeing so many parallels with Teak chasing magic while having magic in his blood, chasing a book of names while his father's literally leaving a book of names for him to have, not to have info, but he's accessing the same book of names. His name is in it. There are so many parallels between the two families. And this is why when I think, I'm gonna save it. I'm skipping ahead. I'm gonna save it. We're gonna get back to what I think is gonna happen in the end. Look. Kesh said the interaction between Letty and Christine led me to believe those two will have the showdown. Letty gonna get a couple licks in, but the ultimate fight is, it's gotta be Teak. Okay, here we go. Letty's so damn hard-headed. He said, stop, she gonna go. Just like Teak, but here we go. Letty literally being the bridge between Montrose and Teak, wearing daddy's blue, but wearing Teak's red at the same time. She has to be the communicator between both because they can't communicate, right? Montrose thinks it's absolutely crazy to be playing in them white folks' magic, and Teak and Letty need to have the magic in order to have the fighting chance to get Christine up off their backs. Look, I can't shoot her in the face. We're going to have to use their stuff in order to have the war. Right? Montrose slipping up, letting us know that he knows there are 34 lodges in the Sons of Adam. Imagine y'all fighting and y'all only dealing with one, and it's 33 more to go. You know who they gave up? Me. I would say, you're right. Let me have a make it a double on the rocks, please. No, I'm not doing that. There's 33 more of these niggas. Absolutely not. Get in the car, y'all. We got to go to Boston. But not before we talk about this nigga. We're going to get back. We're not talking about him yet. We're going to get back. Christina, picked up by two cops, but don't go to jail. She goes to some exclusive fancy lodge to go meet the cop that gave Letty the rough ride. This captain has ties to Hiram, that ghost that was in Letty's basement. So we told him, what? Get the fuck out of our house. Also, it ties to the Sons of Adam. And look at just her positioning. As soon as she saw them, she hid her hands in her pockets, literally hiding her hands, right? Gonna go with the flow, poke a few bears, get them a little Aggie. But she got a plan that nobody knows about. So I can't stand Tree. I'm with you. Literally hiding her hands, right? This is the thing, y'all. Money and violence go together. And this is why a hell of people are calling for the fall of capitalism. We're calling for the fall of billionaires and taxing the rich, because you don't get that rich without some violence and some blood on your hands. Whether emotional, mental, capitalistic, exploitative labor, slave labor, it gotta be some kind of violence to amass that amount of wealth that white people have. Who the hell is in here? We right on it. Beachy Faf. You're gonna have to tell me how to say your name because I don't understand you. I don't understand your username. Shannon Doa says the only time we see Christina in pants is when she's speaking to him. Ooh. Ooh. Pinky says Christina seems to wear pants when she's about to get her hands dirty, so to speak. Ooh. Ooh. Not Tree is messy boots. Who the hell is in this closet? Agonizing pain. Agonizing pain. George. All right. We're going too far. Let's move on. We're going too far. We're going too far. Get on in the car, y'all. We gotta go to Boston. Everybody mad. We be getting down to the everybody mad. And they fake, right? Everybody's being so fake nice, pleasantries, X, Y, and Z. They is so mad, but they're gonna take George's car down. This nigga right here. Talking about, can I go? How he even know where we going? Who the hell is in Philly? Why do you gotta take this car? Maybe you stop buying so many whiskeys, you could buy your own goddamn bus ticket. Why are you squeezing this? How you know we ain't picking up somebody else? How you know you could fit? Who even told you what time we was leaving? Goddamn Tree. Maya said, I want to take the beat Tree's ass. Y'all, for the second time, we are skipping Ruby. We will be back to her. This nigga right here gonna lie on that peen. Lied on it. Let me tell you, you know who don't got a third leg? You know who don't got a third leg? Niggas that say they got a third leg with your big doofy ass. Get out of here. Get out of here, Tree. The history of violence. We are talking about Black erasure. Hippolyta takes her baby Diana down to the planetarium so they could go see the stars in the galaxy. And Hippolyta lets her baby know, I named that constellation over there. I named that comet over there, Hera's Chariot. But you will not see it in history. You will not see it in books. You will not hear it as told to you because it was credited to a white woman. And what that baby do? My mama made it. Represented her mama, right? And she said something that's going to matter later. She said something to her mother. You should have fought that. Hippolyta, if you don't fight for your truth, ma'am, if you don't fight for it, you should have fought that. My mama named that. Oh, Lord, bless me with a baby like that. Bless me with a baby like that. Oh my God. I thought this shot was cool. We are finally down at Titus's wing. And even though we are looking at the back of an alligator, this is very, very symbolic, visually symbolic of the, here we go, Cthulhu. And I can say it in my head, but when it's time to enunciate, I can't say it. The Cthulhu. I don't know. The Cthulhu. It's supposed to look like that. History of violence. How does a museum amass these artifacts? How, right? Down in Titus's wing, he is noted as a famed explorer who taught the savage tribes how to be civilized like himself. You have museums based on the history of violence and theft. How was that civilized? How is that civil? If natives are not civilized, why do y'all have all their stuff? All their tools, their inventions, their style? Where's your stuff? Right? Similar to what we heard on the radio playing in Montrose when the episode first opened, that, you know, we got to teach these savages how to be civilized. Shenandoah, they were given to him. Given? Y'all like to rewrite history, don't you? Y'all ain't named that damn comet. Y'all ain't had none of them native tools. We are looking at Titus's map, the places where he's gone to acquire these savage artifacts. We are literally looking at the transatlantic slave trade routes, South America, Caribbean, to America from Africa. you cannot amass wealth as Titus has amassed without violence and death and colonization and theft. Violet, where is your stuff? Where's your stuff? We haven't seen it. Okay, put your stuff in a glass box. Look, this nigga. I want to fight. Nobody else want to fight. I want to fight. I don't know. I want to fight. Tells Tick his daddy is gay. Hence, your daddy is gay, hanging down to the bar with them other gays. That's what y'all do if y'all can't get laddie. That's what y'all do. And look, and where I really don't like this scene, because right after they're gonna show Montrose talking to that security guard in the pink pants. Don't make us have a gay eye. I don't like that. Don't make us see now, because now we wrong. For now we looking at Montrose like this, and I don't like having that kind of eye. I want people to be who they are. I don't like assuming and guessing on somebody's sexuality and identity. Now they made us look at Montrose like that. Right? And they had Montrose with those lines really trying to make us do it. So Montrose talking about, yeah, he gonna let us through the back tonight. Or he said, yeah, you the front of the bar. How you at the front of the bar who in Boston? He gotta be at work from 9 to 5. How you drinking with you in the south side of Chicago and gotta be at Boston in 6 hours on a 15-hour drive, working in pink slacks? Stop. Like, how do we? And then don't make us do the thing. Y'all do the thing. Let me come down to my girl, Miss Mojo. She was featured on Thursday Nightly a few weeks back. I interviewed her and Hope Giselle. And Mojo put me on. Mojo's seen this from episode 1. We missed it, y'all. We missed it. Naja, I don't like that word suspect. And this is why I don't like the way the show framed it, because they make us judge them like that. That's suspect. Ain't nothing suspect about being gay. You're gay. Sus. And I don't like, see, I want to avoid language and emotions like that. There's nothing sus about a man loving who he loves or wanting to sleep with who he wants to sleep with. But Miss Mojo peeped it early. And she could say this because she's an incredible trans woman. T Daddies, you know, okay? And she got all the clues lined up. Y'all take a moment to pause this video on the rewatch if you want to read what Mojo had to say, but she clocked it from the beginning and I missed all of it. This shot was hella cool. Another visual symbolism of the Cthulhu who sleep under the sea, and we can see Titus posing over it. And it's just I'm just trying to draw these parallels. Like, okay, well, if Christina is controlling and birthing the Shoggoths, does Titus in his power and his almighty, wherever he is in that spiritual realm, do he own or work with or control Cthulhu's? Right? Or it could just be like it's just supposed to be a globe with the snakes and that's what he controls, but he don't control the Cthulhu. Either way, it's coming. We know exactly what is coming. Myra Cherie says, I saw it from the bar, but it really just made sense about the aggression. He's repressed. Woo! Y'all, ain't that sad? Ain't that sad? Naja says, so why is it danced around? I'm all for it, but why is it a family secret? You have to think about the time and the race and everything that they're dealing with. You can't even be Black outside. Imagine being Black and gay outside. Yes, it's going to be a family secret. There are so many older generations of Black gay people who are you just look at kids holding hand, gay kids holding hand in high school and being like, wow, y'all could really do that. I could never in my day. They could never in their day. And that wasn't just a Black issue. That was just homosexuality, period. But imagine being Black and gay standing outside. That's a lot. That was a lot for that time. It's a lot now. All right. I saw y'all tweeting me, DMing me, sending me this theory. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. At first, I didn't bite, but then I was like, y'all might be on to something. Y'all might be on to something. Christina goes in the house. Will comes out. Are they the same person? Da-da-dun, da-da-dun, da-da-dun. Questions for y'all. Question for the audience. Did Samuel and Will ever speak? I don't remember. Did Samuel and Will ever speak? I don't know. At the dinner, I know Will was in the room and he was showing them around, but he wasn't a son of Adam. So why was he at dinner? And then he didn't sit down to eat with them. Did Christina only turn into Will outside of her father's? I don't know. I'm trying to like put it all together. Are they the same person? And they don't say brother and sister. Will introduce himself as a friend to the Braithwaites. Like I'm trying to. They say yes, yes. Everybody saying yes. Mara saying you'll never see Christina and Will at the same time. A. Barty says, I don't recall William interacting with anyone but them. Mostly Mosey says he just escorted them. Him and Samuel never like talk, right? Nasha, we gonna get there. Hold on. We gonna get there. Indy says, she said he was a boy that was a friend. Right. So are they the same person? Because they lie, these two. All right, they lie. So, all right, hold on to it, y'all. She damn hard-headed. She is hard-headed. She don't listen. God. We didn't answer. There's two things now that we don't know the answers to. We just picked up a new one in this episode. So last episode in the elevator, we saw these glowing objects on the way down to the tunnel. We don't know what those are. And Tick looks at something here in this tunnel. We don't know what that is. It ain't to hang up your coat. So mostly Mosey says maybe Samuel always saw Christina because she casted a spell that way. Okay. We gotta. Okay. Hold on to these images. Ruby. Ruby. Girl. Not the plank. The plank. Oh, fuck no, not the plank. You couldn't get me to do it. We all would have died right there in that cave, I'll tell you that. It couldn't have been me. Couldn't have been me. Montrose tells Letty about the history, the legacy of how he and the Freemans learned to tie the knot from father to father to father to father. And this knot back in the family tree when an enslaved freeman used to be in charge of keeping the horses, and he tied these knots because not one horse was going to get away, because that would lead to what? Violence. That enslaved freeman would experience violence, right? And on Juneteenth, the emancipation of slaves, his grandfather, Montrose's grandfather, walked as a free man, freeman. Anybody felt a little history with like the walk in the plank? When slaves had to walk the plank into the middle of the Atlantic slave trade, they had to just walk the plank into the ocean and die. Now we have water spirits and angry spirits in the ocean. Anybody felt a little walk the plank vibe here? And the girl says, I wouldn't have walked the goddamn thing. I would have said, see y'all at the house. Any girl, I don't got no upper arm strength. Getting down the rope is easy. Getting back up. Naja says, I like that part. Nod to the Goonies and nod to the Pirates of the Caribbean. L. Antry says, yes, Indiana Jones all day. Oh, Britt Ellen said it first. Indiana Jones tease. Yes. Jordan says perception is reality because her courage was rooted in a lie. Y'all said it's not good. Okay, we going. No, it's not good. Letty, it's not. Montrose, remembering the bylaws that he read earlier, right before he burned it, memorized the book in his mind. Adam names Eve, God brought forth the monsters, monster devoured, God smites Eve, and it opens the door, allowing our team to get inside with the riddle. Ruby, no. Ruby, no. But I'm going to bring it back to what we mentioned earlier. I think we solved the show. Guys, I think we did it. I think we solved the show. Adam names Samuel. Eve fucked William. If they the same. God brought forth the monsters, or the white people, the Shoggoths and the Cthulhus. God smites Eve. Now, this is the last line I want to pay attention to. Because if you leave Black people to make a show, watch, they're going to make a show. Watch this. When Teak and Christina and Samuel were in the Braithwaite mansion, and Adam stood at that big photo and said, there's God, man, woman, then the lowliest of creatures, right? And we knew he was talking about Teak as the lowliest of creatures. What if he was God? We know who's going to have to fight in the finale. We seen in the premiere, Jackie Robinson with that bat smashing the Cthulhu down to the green slime. God smites Eve. Y'all said, what the hell is that on his chest? Veronica said, to me, it's Taurus season, no? It's not. We'll give the bull by the horns tease. It's not. It's not giving a little Cthulhu. I don't know what the hell is on his chest. Y'all out there eating blood and getting pink pain. Oh, Ruby, she nasty. Ruby is nasty. Mosley, why are you giving me a beat? Stop. He said, run that back, Turbo. We have a divide of visual layering to see that Montrose is against these two. He's not aligning with the goddamn plan. Come on, Montrose, please, hiding info, burning books, telling Tick to stop. Why are you doing all this? Why are we playing in white magic? You are crazy. You keep going. You won't stop. George told me to take the book. I burned it. I want this all to stop. That's too damn bad, because we going. All right. How do we get back to Letty's house? That was a 15-hour drive. And we already back to her basement. From a plank and a riddle. How the hell we got back to Letty's house? And I told you, I don't want to say I told you so, but come on, I told you so. We was arguing at the last part of last dissection. Letty didn't know them boys was down in her basement. The spirits did it. The spirits took care of it. She didn't even know they was upstairs with them bats. She had no idea. When she saw that body float, she's like, I think that's one of my neighbors. That was the truth. And we thought she was lying. The spirits killed and moved them bodies on her behalf. She didn't even know. How do we get back to her house so fast? Morally gracious. I want to know why Montrose think ignoring magic will keep them safe. Ain't that like a lot of black people? Racism is over. Just pull up your pants and get a job. Then white people will X, Y, and Z, you thug, N-words. Like, isn't that some black folk ignoring that? Mm-hmm. She goddamn hard. He said, get in the elevator and go upstairs. Stop playing. Nope. We'll find it. Now you in love. Look at him, consumed, surrounded by all that yellow. She is all he sees. Montrose said, all that fusion means a whole lot of love. And play that woman a song. Y'all, I cannot wait to find out what their song is. I'm going to, whatever it is, I'm going to scream. Whatever it is, I'm going to be so excited. I'm going to scream when I hear what their love song is. Oh my God. And the first time, then they play it during their first fight. I'm dying already. I'm dying. Okay. Whew, somebody already tried to get through Titus's vault door, but even though you got the ring, I can see the ring on that dead hand. Even though you got the ring, you don't have the blood. It takes the blood magic. It takes the lineage to get through this vault. So Teak sticks his arm in that door like a lunatic. We get in there, JN. We get in there. Y'all be so excited, and here we go. Our squad discovers a skeleton which transforms into an Arawak man, woman, two-spirit named Yahima, which, from what non-natives have understood the term two-spirit to relate to being trans or relate to being intersex. Yahima has both male and female organs. And why Yahima is here trapped on Titus Braithwaite's ship is because back in the day, she was helping him decipher the symbols for his book so he can understand and learn the language, use the magic. But once Yahima realized how evil Titus was, they stopped. Therefore, trapping them with all of their tribe and all their people. This is the history of violence. This is straight up slave labor, colonization, white people stealing magic for the use of selfish greed, evil, self-serving, imprisonment, right? Yeah, I was trying to say it before. I think it was Najee who said it before. Very smart. Very smart. This parallels all over this story. There's parallels all over the story. So I'm gonna ask y'all, time for an audience question. If Christina is William, is she proof of the stolen two-spirit magic? We're gonna get to it, Mara. We are going to get to it. Y'all talking about Will's tattoos, which I cannot keep up with the chat at the moment. Is Christina proof of this stolen magic? You have Yahima, who is the embodiment of the all-being. And you have Christina using magic to be both. Just Nicole, my moderator, says, I was so here for that Native American, Indigenous, and two-spirit intersex representation. Janelle estimates that they can resurrect. Yes. All right. So y'all moving forward. I guess we're going to move forward. Y'all said, F me. I want to talk about what y'all want to talk about. Molly said, Christina, been researching. All right, let's talk about it. This has been problematic, this character, Yahima. So let's have a very responsible conversation. Thank you, Shenandoah. There's a quote from the podcast: the master's tools will never dismantle the master's house. Ooh! How right you are. The irony, Shenandoah, about Teak looking for the magic outside of himself. We had this conversation last episode when Letty had to use her magic, the magic of her blood and her ancestors, to fight white magic in her house, right? Ain't no talking to Hiram the ghost. She had to use her magic, look inside her to fight that. Teak is on another journey right here, looking for this magic, the book of names, the son of Adam. You too busy trying to be the son when you might be God. Who are you playing with? Who are you playing with? You're supposed to look inside. You were supposed to look inside. You too busy trying to be a son. Let's talk about responsible representation, which this native tweeter at Johnny J says two-spirit was the incorrect term to use for an intersex and trans person. That term means much more to the natives. I'm not going to read the entire thread, but if anyone wants to watch and rewatch, you're more likely to pause the video and go through it. It was very interesting. And even seeing Yahima's body was very triggering for queer and trans folks. So first of all, when you have an intersex person or when you have a trans person, the focus is, especially for cisgender people, to focus on their body. Well, what's down there? What parts do you have? How does it work? What are you? And the quote, one of the quotes that you guys said in the chat, they literally say, "What are you?" It's very offensive to trans people and trans people with trans bodies or intersex bodies, and to introduce that character as a naked person. Look at it, just look at it. And the first thing you heard was, "What are you?" That has upset a lot of people. It was a big conversation on Twitter. Yahima's voice, as soon as they were escorted, as soon as they escaped the ships, their voice was taken ASAP. I saw a Black girl tweet, well, Black people are dying in this show. And somebody said, yeah, but they were humanized first. We knew their wants, their problems, their fears. We could see their entire lives. This character, you have this representation, which I was with y'all. I thought it was cool too. I was like, oh my God. I'm a two-spirit. This is a great. I love this X, Y, and Z, but obviously I'm not native. I'm not trans. I'm not intersex. I wouldn't know the offenses, right? So I'm thinking this is representation, but this was really, this was a lot for people of those identities. And so when you have this person, they only exist for 15 minutes before their voice is taken. And of course, spoiler alert, before we get there, they're murdered. You're doing every stereotypical harmful thing that these people are actually living in their life. They're not represented, they don't have a voice, and they're murdered. So to throw somebody on and do all of those things in 5 minutes of a storyline, that was a lot, right? So people really started to pull out of the show right about there. I just wanted to bring it to you guys' attention and have a really responsible conversation about this Yahima character. Indie Girl says, I really wanted to see her in other episodes. Me too. But look, this is a magical show. It may not be over. It might be, but it may not be over. Let's have some hopes here. So just to leave y'all with the question, we're not going to answer it here and now. I think we're hitting a crux. Are marginalized identities trapped when it comes to fictional storytelling? Right? And you could think of like a Queen and Slim, for example. Was it fair to watch two Black people die on account of police brutality when we're out here really dying for police brutality? Can we step out of our actual marginalized experiences to enjoy a piece of cinema? What responsibility does cinema have to marginalized voices, to not show them that triggering reality that they live every day? Can we have a different ending for once? It gets real murky. Because we can have something that's representative, but if it just aligns with exactly what's hurting us in real life, what are we going to the movie for? Just think about it. Hold on to it. Think about it. Letty the hero, getting back to the story. Let me tell you something about niggas. Let me tell you something about these niggas. Always saving you for last. You had 2 episodes. Now niggas want to love up on me. I want to hear that love song next week. I'll tell you that. Let's get back to what Diana told her mama in that planetarium. You should have fought. You should have fought that. All right. All right. Hippolyta is so angry and so mad that she knows the intuition. She knows something ain't true about what happened to her husband, George, and why he's dead and where he's at. She knows something's not right. So she's going to do what she didn't do back in the day, is fight for her truth. And Diana, this very smart baby, was like, how'd I get back so fast without this car? We need to ask questions. Y'all was just downstairs in the tunnel. Now y'all back at Lady's house from a plank. How'd y'all get back so fast? How did y'all get back so fast? Any girl says, I would have been so mad. You, dude, you lost the scroll. I caught it, and now you get a little tingle. See, Teak be waiting till the last minute. You're supposed to love me early. Don't say me as no last option. Wrapping it up with you guys. We need to talk about legacy and the history of violence and the bloodline. Because let's be honest, right? After what Titus did to Yahima, Tick was like, I'm sorry to happen to you, but I'm actually gonna need the same exact thing. Like you still asking them to decipher the pages and the codes and do the work. And Yahima already experienced what bad comes from that, which is why they said no. I would have said no if I was Yahima. No. First of all, I don't know your spirit. I don't know who you are. You coming up busting up in the ship that I'm at, sleep. And your great granddaddy already played this game. So help you with what? But after they showed their care, they showed Yahima, their spirit, fed them, clothed them, knocked them out first. But it was just, just false alarm. Yahima starts to come around. She starts to feel them, and she starts to agree to help. They refer to Yahima as she too, so I'm trying to switch between them and she. I'm using my pronoun. I'm doing my pronoun practice. Let's look at the colors here. We know Montrose is acting funny. We know Montrose is acting funny. Look at the colors. How they're both facing Teak the same direction. Why are they aligned? I need to know. They're connected somehow. They're in the same color. They're facing the same direction, right? Montrose just outside of the room because he doesn't feel the way Yahima feels. Montrose wants this to stop. Yahima's like, I'll give you the green light. Let's go. What's the secret? What is the secret? This red in the room, red on Tick's body is Tick in danger, right? Here's my super hypothesis. I love to do these just for the sake of it. I'm gonna ask y'all. Morally gracious, that red shirt is because Montrose sees Tick as danger. And Montrose has been trying to convince him and us that Tick is in danger. Montrose is protecting something. Janelle says Montrose is a plant. Maybe he's under a spell to work for Christina. Here's my hypothesis, y'all. Is Montrose a spiritual prisoner, even though, like Yahima, his body was freed? They both got out, but inside, they're still prisoners to something. They're still prisoners to something. I'm just wondering. I'm just thinking out loud. You see? I'm just thinking out loud. It's giving Sons of Adam. It's giving Great Wife Mansion. It's giving Titus is still in the room. Y'all see? It's just me thinking out loud. And of course, we have the final shot. Montrose, with the history he has, becomes the violence. Yahima betrayed twice by Titus, a pioneer, and by Montrose. And we understand that this was something that was said in last episode 3, Holy Ghost, pioneering is dangerous, which Montrose repeats in this episode. Pioneering is dangerous. But we got to ask, who is the danger? We have to ask. We don't even know who the danger is at this point. Huh? Oh, look at that, y'all. We finished in a tight hour. Yeah. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me on yet another dissection. If you're not a Patreon, get an extra stream, Boozy Brunch Sundays. We count down the week's biggest topics in Black culture. $5 tier to join. This Sunday, we are doing VIP Boozy Brunch Sunday, where my patrons get to chat live with me, just like this, and discuss it together to stream to everybody else. Such a cool show. Please check out my sketch comedy series, JustLatasha Interactions. We are casting right now Black comedic actor talent located in or around the New York City area. Please go to the Interaction Show page on Twitter and Instagram to find out the link. INNR Actions. Follow me on Twitter, JustLatasha404. Follow me on Instagram at JustLatasha. Thank you so much, Shenandoah, for this super chat. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you to all my patrons in the room. Thank you to Just Nicole, my moderator. There's something in my room. And just thank you so much for all the birthday wishes you guys wished me. That was super special. I loved waking up that morning to all the messages, all the cash apps, all the Venmos, all the love, all the support. I loved it so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate being here as much as you guys. I see you guys thank me all the time. I really just enjoy spending time with you. I think I'm working on something special for Thursdays, giving you guys something cool. I think we're gonna start another dissectionist kind of thing. Let me know in the comments right now what your favorite TV episode is. Leave it in the comments what your favorite TV episode is. We might start doing something special on Thursdays. We'll see. Thank you for throwing hearts to the chat. This is a love room, y'all. Throw them hearts to the chat. Let them go. I will see you guys on Thursday, 8 p.m. EST, with some kind of surprise show. Okay. Bye, y'all.